Hey, welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We got Raymond Lyons here tonight. I'm Wilson Turpin Jr. The Washington Wizards fell to the Orlando Magic. Stop me if you heard this before. Paolo Carroll and Franz Wagner go nuts against the Wizards to lead Orlando to another win. Paolo had 33, 18, and 8. Wagner with 27, 5, and 5. Those two, like if they ever get a third consistent person, Orlando's truly going to be something to deal with. But there's also a reason that they're under 500 this year. You were in this type of a game with the Washington Wizards, and Washington didn't exactly have their whole team out here tonight. For the aspirations that Orlando has, uh, you shouldn't have had to have hero games from your two big guns and KCP. They had to put KCP over Bub at one point. Also, shout out to Bub. We'll get to him in a little bit, but right, your thoughts on this game?
Um, yeah, it's just par for the course for when the Magic play the Wizards. You already talked about Paolo and Franz Wagner. They're gonna be physically imposing, and they're gonna they're gonna put the game away. That's how it's gone all four times, and it was no different tonight. The Wizards they just can't match them. It doesn't even have to get more complicated than that. But I mean, and that's not a demerit based on the position that the Wizards are in right now. They got young guys that are learning, and just like you alluded to, they're pretty much uh, on a skeleton crew basically. So yeah, man, the game pretty much went how I expected, but I mean, it wasn't a clear to bench situation. We talked about on the show this week about how the young Wizards just continuously fight, and we saw that. So, I mean, just trying to build positives on top of each other at this point in the season, man, with this young team. Um, these guys they're making the most of their opportunity. Um, you know, they're 17 and 60. We're not we're beyond focusing on wins and losses. We're just trying to see guys continuously put solid games together. Um, and they're doing that. Definitely some things to clean up. They only force 8 turnovers. The defense they gotta be a little more resistant defensively. They gotta rebound better. But yeah, man, that's a tall task going against a very big Orlando Magic team. But like you said, man, it took Herculean efforts from both of those guys to really put this game away. I mean, I don't think Orlando was ever in danger, but they couldn't get it to a point where it was unsalvageable for the Wizards. They just don't have the firepower to overcome a deficit like this. But yeah, shout out to Bud, man. Career game, what, 32 on 12 18 from the floor, 7 for 10 from three, 7 assists, 9 rebounds, flirting with the triple double, only one turnover. Um, and yeah, man, he's been lighting it up from three the past couple games. Hopefully that's something we see continue. But yeah, man, at this point, I just want to see them continue to play hard and just try to build on what they do well and clean up some of the things that they need to improve.
Yeah, the I just kept walking. I just kept thinking to myself throughout this game. I'm just like, we know what they're aiming for in terms of having a high pick. We clearly know the mission's the mission, right? That's it. Um, I think one of the things that we're finding out, I think through the season is, what you have a pretty good idea what you have in Keisha, right? You know it. Bilal showed us a year or two what we know what he brings to the table now for sure. Now it's just a matter of seeing how high that ceiling is. We seen what Alex, we know what Alex is waiting to see if the offense catch up with the defense, and that's great. And with Bub, we keep finding out. Bro, I just kept thinking throughout this game, man. Like that's lead guard stuff in the NBA. We keep seeing, and I'm okay with saying out loud, and it's fine. Whether and we've seen him be productive alongside Poole. Tonight was alongside Smart. We seen him at times next to AJ. Um, I think one of the things with this game was we saw when he was in there, even in the first quarter. I think Washington was in a really good flow offensively in terms of controlling the game a little bit. I think he had 13 of the 32 in the first quarter. Sat
Mhm.
for a little bit most of the second quarter. And we saw Washington kind of lose everything on offense. They just did not have a flow anymore. Came back late in the first half. They regained some of it. We saw Marcus Smart kind of come alive a little bit in the third quarter, and then Bub got going again. Um, yeah, man, I think that's the luxury. They hit. I think they hit on all three. I think it's comfortable to say that. It's a matter of which is obviously what you wanted, right? You go 3 for 3, but as many minutes played tonight, yesterday, one turnover tonight. Um, in terms of you talking about the career high, let me go ahead and get this so I don't mess this up. Uh, Obviously, he's a career high. The previous high, I think, was 23, 32 points tonight, but he became the first rookie in team history to knock down 5+ threes in back-to-back games. You were talking about, how the rate at which he's been hitting threes, but back-to-back games, he's at, I think, 5 last night, 7 tonight. Let me double check. So,
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
yeah, so 5 last night, 7 to 10 from the floor, from 3 tonight, and then last night, forgot to mention. I mean, remember maybe a week or two ago, we talked about Washington having the first trio, and the first rookie trio to hit
Hmm.
83 pointers. Sar helped them hit a new milestone last night. One of the threes hit last night, put them all in the 100 club. So congrats to this rookie class for that, for Washington. But yeah, I just walked away from this one obviously with I am not shocked by what Paolo and Franz did at all. But hell of a game from Bubba again. I think Washington went 3 of 3. That's it. Player of the game for you, Greg.
Paolo. I mean, what what he had 33 and 18, eight assists, and didn't break a sweat.
Yeah, I pulled the U, so I just gave it to both of them, right? Gave it to Paolo Wagner. 33, 18, and 8, 27, 5 for 5. They could both have that. For me, who do you have for X Factor?
Um, Went KCP. Yeah, I mean, you talk about them consistently needing that third guy. He didn't have a huge game, 13 points, 3 or 4 from the field. Went to the free throw line 6 times, made all six, added 5 assists. And, down the stretch, he kind of turned Bub's ward off a little bit.
Yeah, full agreement there. I'm just thinking what happens for Orlando if KCP wasn't here to kind of deter Bub quite a bit. Also, shout out to Bub. Anytime you play in Orlando and KCP is assigned to you, more than done your job, sir. Congratulations. That is your reward. Yeah, but I, I think the biggest thing for me was that still he got a half court on Sar. Kind of like took the air out of Washington with
Yeah.
the building. Let's get into it. And I wasn't even mad at Alex. That shit was a crafty vet being a crafty vet. He turned his back to Alex. I was like, all right, it's safe to pass it. Nah, it's not. 360 dunk for Paolo Tamo. Yeah, just shout out to KCP for that. Yeah, man, those two are a wrecking crew, man. Those two are again. They find that third person maybe to be over 500 on a regular basis. That's it. Appreciate you guys. What's happening with you guys? Sunday as Washington goes up to Boston, take on the Celtics.